Donald Trump's not guilty plea during his arraignment on Thursday is dominating the papers today. Our press reviewer, Deeptika Laurent, is here to take us through it.
Donald Trump, former president and now 2024 presidential candidate, was arraigned before a federal judge in Washington. He pleaded not guilty to 4 felony counts relating to obstructing the validation process of the results of the 2020 presidential election. And that arraignment making front pages in the press today. This is the New York Daily News, which headlines on fraud, obstruction, conspiracy. It says here, the Washington Post also headlining on this on its front page, Trump pleading not guilty in D.C. case. And in this article here, it's quite interesting. You'll see that the paper notes there was also very minimal support for Donald Trump outside the courthouse yesterday. Just a handful of protesters turned up to express their opposition to the charges. And for the Post, it signals a shift in right-wing fervor that, I quote, once mobilized a de facto MAGA militia into armed groups that took Donald Trump's extreme rhetoric to the streets, but it seems to have changed now. Nonetheless, his popularity certainly enduring, and this is the focus of one of the cartoonists today, who sees him still as being, well, Donald Trump is indeed still the top presidential Republican pick for 2024. He's clearly, as you see here, surfing on a wave of popularity thanks to the numerous indictments leveled against him. He's able to, using these indictments, he's able to sort of change the narrative and portray himself as a victim, at least according to this cartoonist. Now, from the conservative press, this is from the Wall Street Journal today, their editors certainly opposing the indictment case. They lambast the Democrats today of excessively focusing on Trump, quote, all day, every day, notably to detract away from Joe Biden's declining capacities and his son Hunter's tax fraud case, an argument that you will see quite recurrently in the conservative press today.
Deepti, a new day seems to bring new environmental catastrophes being documented by papers around the world. What are you seeing there?
Well, let's start, Sharon, with the Global Times, which you have here, focusing on those devastating floods in the north of China, in the Hebei province, devastating floods that sparked a year's worth of rainfall in just the space of a few days and forced the evacuation of over 1 million people. The Guardian, meanwhile, looking at something you mentioned earlier, Sharon, that we were looking at the unseasonably warm weather in South America. Argentina's capital, Buenos Aires, recording its warmest day to the bleak wintry month, normally what should be a winter month of August, in over a century, while temperatures of 40 degrees have been documented elsewhere in South America, Chile, Paraguay, Bolivia, and parts of Brazil, sparking fears, as you see here, that winters are simply just going to disappear from South America going forward.
Next, Deepti, a Somali athlete's dismal 100 metres performance has sparked condemnation. What's that story all about?
Yeah, Somali athlete Nasra Abuka Ali took 20 seconds to run the 100 meters at the University Games in China's Chengdu recently, setting a new record for the slowest ever 100-meter race run at international level. A video of her performance has gone viral. It sparked outrage, many saying it's symbolic of the corruption that is endemic in the government in Somalia, because this athlete is reportedly the niece of the chairwoman of the Somali Athletics Federation, who has since been suspended. And as you see in the race, she took so long to finish her race that for much of the race you couldn't even see her in vision of the wide angle camera there. So sports and politics clearly don't always mix, or ever.
Deepti, finally from you, a social media celebrity cat is helping raise awareness about feline disabilities. Tell us about that.
Yeah, his name is Phineas the cat, Sharon. I really love this story. He's a ginger cat. He's getting a feature-length article in the Sydney Morning Herald today. He was adopted as a rescue kitten by his owners. Finn has cerebellar hypoplasia. It's a condition that is sometimes known as wobbly cat, and that condition has endeared him to the internet. He's described as being incredibly loud with a meow like an air raid siren. He's affectionate, extremely needy, and a bit drunk looking. looking, a perfect recipe for cute cat videos that have earned him cult cat celebrity status online, complete with publicity deals. He's even got his own beer, his own merchandising. But since his owners are also neuroscientists, he's also helping raise money and raise awareness about neurological conditions, not just in cats, but in humans as well. And it also helps, as you see here, that he is extremely cute looking and very endearing to watch. There are loads of videos on their social media page, and they have garnered, in some cases, millions of views already.
We'll have to look that up later. Thank you so much for that, Deepti. That is Deepti Galaron joining us there for the press review. That's all we have time for now. But do stay with us for more world news here on France 24.